Ready? Pretty good game by Mr. Mullins. Obviously, the passing game, he was quite big plays, a lot of big plays.
Yeah, I mean, it was good to have people step. The crazy thing is statistically, obviously, we had a lot of guys make plays, but we left a lot out there too, which is crazy to think. You know, I mean, we didn't execute perfect by any stretch. We just had certain situations. We had guys that made plays. Stags made a lot of big plays. But overall execution wasn't great. It just wasn't. But we did make a lot of big plays, and that was good to see. The structure of their defense kind of, you know, I think they kind of came in, you know, they didn't want us to sit there and run the ball, you know. So I mean, ultimately you got to take what they give.
After the first two, where Nick goes to Stag, he goes to McGinn on that third one, any hesitation whatsoever? What play you're calling when you're down 7-yard line?
No, I mean, no, to answer your question. But a lot of those plays, other than the one double move play, was specifically the Stags. You know, every other play was really a route concept that he went where the defense gave us. You know, so I mean, I guess, you know, I'm not calling. I didn't call those plays specifically because I knew Stags was going to get it. It's just the ball has a way of finding you at times. You know, and I think that when you're making plays, it has a way of finding you even more. And so one of those plays was specifically a double move for him, and then the other ones was just the nature of the defense dictated the ball should go there, and he made a play and got over.
Coach, on the 80-plus one that went to Julian Allen, was it a design play to the wide receiver? Or was
it was. Well, he was the first read, and so you know it was he was the first read on that play, and if they bit, we were going to throw it. And we had two other guys we could have went back to if they would have covered it. But he was the initial read, and he was open, and so obviously he got the ball and he had to take care of it at the end. You know, Argo scored one or the other.
Since this was, I saw where this was the first time in 10 years in the FBS that guys had 3 touchdown catches of 75 yards or more. So I imagine this is the first time you've been a part of something like that.
Yeah. No doubt. I mean, I've had guys catch 1, you know, in a game, never 2 or more. And so this was, you know, you got to get the ball back there. You know, you don't get the ball. Technically, you don't get the ball back there a whole lot in the game. One time is probably, you know, what you do through the course of the game. But the fact that we got the ball back there, obviously, you can't do that unless you get the ball back there. So, you know, we were in those situations, and ultimately in those situations, you just really want to get first down. And so, but they were playing a little more aggressive than I thought in those kind of situations. And so we had to take what they gave us.
Do you think with Stagger's performance, it will kind of open up more for Ito and DJ and Julian?
I think it will. What I think it'll do is I think it'll probably make it a little harder for people to pinpoint what we're doing. You know, I mean, we needed people to step up and make plays because, I mean, throughout the first few games, I mean, you can sit there and look at Ito as a pretty good player. Ito's dependable. Obviously, we're going to do a lot of things to get him the ball, and but you need more. You know, I mean, I've always thought offensively when people talk about, you know, I guess not play calling, but you know, 50-50 run pass or whatever. Do you want to be balanced? I mean, I've never thought of balance being 50-50. I've always thought of balance as being spreading the ball to a number of people, to where people can't pinpoint who's going to get it or whose game plan to get it, you know. So I think ultimately having people step up and make plays, the more people we can have step up and make plays, the harder it is on the defense, you know, on the defense's playing out. So
I guess we kind of hit on it last week. You said dependability over ability. Did you find that this week?
Yeah, I definitely did. I think that you know, there are certain frustrations and growing pains with new guys, you know, that's just the way it is. And I think that you got to have a certain level of patience, but you got to have a certain level of push too, you know. And so, you know, things tend to work out if you don't panic. And so we just kept doing what we were doing. And like I said, we wasn't perfect by any stretch. We made some big plays, you know. I would have liked to seen a little more, you know, rhythm to the offense, a little more, you know, sustained drives, more plays. But really, I mean, when people are gonna just take away everything, I mean, ultimately you got to cover people down the field too, you know. So we can't beat our head against a brick wall either.
You said that Rice wanted you to run the ball. What were they doing specifically, you know, that how early in the game did you realize, hey, maybe we can throw it?
Well, I mean, I think they wanted to take away the run. You know, I think that they ultimately. I don't know. You know, I don't know their game plan. I don't know what they were thinking, but you know, I mean, I know that we've got the ball to Ito a lot. He's had some good games, and so. You know, I felt like the safeties were going to be aggressive. You know, they didn't really change the structure of their defense. They were just, I mean, they're a quarters defense anyway, and so the safeties are going to be aggressive. And so ultimately, we were going to get some one-on-one matchups, and we thought we'd get some one-on-one matchups. We just didn't know how loose or tight that the safeties were going to play, really. You know, and so I think it was evident early on that that they wanted to get them down there pretty good. And so. You know, we were going to take shots regardless, and that was just part of what we were going to do. But I mean, you know, it just so happened that we were hitting them too. And so if we wouldn't have hit them, you know, ultimately you got to figure out something else to do.
So after a game like this, where you know, a bunch of guys make a bunch of plays, and at the very least you have two guys that have great games making staggers. How do you? I mean, do you kind of get inside your own head and say maybe we won't go to those guys as much next week?
No, because I mean that's why I answered the question like I did before. I mean, it wasn't like I was, you know, specifically targeting one guy in the play call on Saturday. You know, if the ball finds you, you know, it just does. I mean, I don't have to. I mean, our offense isn't structured that way anyway. I mean, we have basic concepts, and the quarterback's job is to you know. To feed through information, process defense, and get the ball in the right place. And so, you know, ultimately, if a guy's making plays, I'm not going to sit here and say that doesn't factor into the quarterback's, you know, decision making, because, you know, that's just the way it is. If somebody's hot, you need to give them the ball, and so give them opportunity. So, but I honestly think we got multiple guys out there that can have games like that. I really do, and I think that, you know, we just got to keep giving them opportunities. You know,
Coach. When you start looking ahead at this UTSA team from just an overall standpoint, what can you tell us about them that you've seen so far?
You know, real aggressive on defense. Probably play a little more man coverage than we've seen, and so you know, I mean, they're very multiple, especially on third down. I mean, they're gonna mug linebackers up. They're gonna bring them. They're gonna drop them. You know, so I mean, they're really aggressive. You know, really aggressive, and a lot of, you know, their blitz packages and everything. I mean, they're elaborate. And I mean, they do a lot of different ways to bring people into the box, you know, and they're not scared to play man.
Cameron Tom recently named to the Campbell watch list. How important has he been to this offense?
I mean, probably the most important, because of everything we filter through the O-line goes through him, you know. So I mean, he does all the calls, switching the calls, getting us in the right protection, run game, and so I mean, I can't sit here and, you know, and downplay the role he has on a play-to-play basis, not even just a week-to-week basis. But I mean, apart from just being a great player, I mean, the mental approach to the game that we put on his plate is significant, and he handles it well. He could probably do more, to be honest with you. He has great capacity.
After those big plays, I know coaches always thinking ahead of what you need to do, but that would be a little emotion on your part, right?
What are you talking about, in the game?
Yeah.
Emotion or relief?
Well, I was thinking emotion.
Yeah, well, I mean, I like to see people make big plays, but I mean, it's like, I mean, I honestly believe that success, you know, we haven't handled success great this year, you know. Typically when we play well, we start thinking we have things figured out, you know. So, I mean, and you can go back to this game, I mean, and every game's like that, but I mean, no game goes smooth. No game goes like the way you ultimately want it to go. There's going to be peaks and valleys in every game. And it's no different in Saturday, and it's going to be no different this Saturday. And you can watch college football during the day. I mean, it's just people struggle at times, and then people move the ball 10-play drive at times. I mean, I wish I had the answer for that, you know. I mean, you know, there isn't any. And so I think at times, with all that being said, when you do have success, it's more of a, you know, it's more of a relief than it is, you know, I got this figured out, because you never have it figured out.
Just curiosity, which play was the double move out of the three?
The second one.
That being said, about maybe your team not handling success the way you want, what's the challenge this week? You know, they're going on the road, 1-3 team. What's the big challenge?
I mean, I think especially specifically offense, you know, I think we got to pinpoint the things that we can do better, because there is, honestly, and this is not just coach talk, there's a lot. I mean, we didn't play great. You know, we made some big plays. I thought in the run game, I mean, if you look at the distribution, you know, we still ran it and threw it the same. I think it was like we didn't run with like 70 plays, I think. So it was about 35. And really, if you watch it details-wise on tape, we could have got a lot more out of the run game. You know, we could have got a lot more out of the run game. And I think that, you know, we have to do things a little bit better. You know, specifically in certain situations. You know, we have to strain through blocks a little better, and there's certain things that we can fix and hold kids accountable to get better at those things. You know, I'm not trying to talk too specifically, but I think, you know, when you have some success, this and that, I think when you look at the stats in that game, I think you tend to think, wow, you know, that was a clean performance. But really, if you watch it and you watch it with extreme detail, you know, we can do a lot of things better.
Is there any emphasis on a fast start for the offense?
Every week. And really, I mean, I thought we started pretty fast other than fumbling on the 1 yard line, you know. And so, I mean, ball security is obviously something that's going to be stressed, going to continue to get stressed, but it's not like we have an issue with one guy with ball security. I mean, everybody kind of takes their opportunity and gives it back to them. So it's just attention to detail. I mean, I think that you look at Ito's and Julian's, I mean, even though that one got fumbled out of bounds, both of them, there was a little bit of, at the end, they kind of relaxed. You know, I think you can tell with Ito watching it on tape, because there was nobody in front of him. I think he relaxed a little bit. He thought that, you know, that he was going to walk in or run in or whatever. And so it's just, I mean, you learn from everything, you know. I mean, he's going to learn from it, and I promise you, I didn't have to go tell Ito not to fumble. Like, it bothered him more than it bothered anybody in that stadium. And so that's the great thing about him, is that, you know, you don't have to worry about where his heart's at, you know.
Anything else? Coach, thank you.
All right, guys.